QWERTY, the ubiquitous layout. It is by far the most commonly used layout and has been for over 100 years. If you use a computer, chances are this is the layout that you use. But why? A closer look reveals several stupid design choices, such as having the most commonly used keys far apart. As a result of these many design choices, many typists have sought a more efficient layout made with typing in mind. One such layout is Colemak, and in this video I'm going to discuss my experiences switching to it and then answer some common questions that get asked by people looking to switch. All that and more right now on Linux Lounge. So, I've been using Colemak almost exclusively for about a month now on my PC, with a few breaks here and there, and so far I can say it's been absolutely fantastic. Now there's two promises that are really made by Colemak, I suppose you could say. The first is improved comfort, and the second is improved typing speeds. Now, I haven't improved my typing speeds all that much. In fact, my typing speeds currently are actually lower on Colemak than on QWERTY. For example, on QWERTY I can hit about 60 words per minute on tests. With Colemak I can only do about 45 after about a month of trying. However, there is room for improvement with Colemak, and since I'm using a correct 10-finger typing method now, whereas with QWERTY I was using a self-taught method, I expect to be able to type a lot faster with Colemak. As I said, a lot of room for improvement, however. So, all in all, for me, I would say it's been a worthwhile switch. The switch hasn't been too difficult. The first week took a little bit of getting used to, but that's as with anything, I suppose. I was able to type fairly quickly, even though at quite a low speed. Only just now as my speed's gradually started to pick up after about a month, but I would say, that's not too bad. And of course, switching all my devices over to Colemak has been quite easy, and my QWERTY skills have remained about what they were before switching over to Colemak. However, QWERTY does now feel uncomfortable to type on. Whether that's through lack of experience or if it's just uncomfortable by comparison to Colemak, I don't know. I'll be sure to report back with more experiences moving forward. Well, with my experiences being said, it's time for a bit of an FAQ. The first question to ask when making a significant switch is it worth it? Well, the two supposed benefits of Colemak are a speed improvement and increased comfort, or at least those are the two significant benefits. Several anecdotes around the Colemak forums and other places around the internet would suggest that these things are very much improved by switching to Colemak. For example, many users report a speed increase of up to 30 words per minute and increased comfort while typing. I can attest to the latter of those things and say that typing on Colemak has been a lot more comfortable, and I can see why it would cut down on discomfort while typing. So although it takes a lot of effort to switch, in the long run it's more ergonomic and faster, thus saving you time in the long run. And I would consider it to be especially worth it for those who suffer from discomfort while typing, or those who type a lot, such as, for example, programmers, journalists, just generally people who type a lot. And I would imagine that Colemak would actually have a particular benefit for programmers over, for example, other alternative layouts like Dvorak, as the punctuation keys are left largely in the same place. Yes, absolutely. QWERTY was, by many accounts, said to be deliberately designed to prevent typewriter jamming by slowing down the typist. By placing commonly used keys far apart, one look at the design of QWERTY shows this. Or at least it shows that it holds some level of truth. Colemak, however, is very much designed by the typist for the typist. All the commonly used keys are placed on the home row in an efficient order, making Colemak by far the best layout for general use and for the typist, and a significant improvement over QWERTY. Honestly, it varies from person to person. For me, who was learning Colemak and a full touch typing method at the same time, the first few days were just truly painful. But after that, it was quite smooth sailing. So right now, after about a month, I can type about as fast as the average person, so I'd consider that switched. So it didn't really take too long in my case. Many other anecdotes suggest the switch can be made even faster than what I did in about a month, especially if the user knows a 10-finger touch typing method already. However, it must be said that the first few days will always be difficult. If going cold turkey is too much, there are always other ways of switching to Colemak, such as Tarmac, which will slowly introduce Tarmac keys in place of QWERTY keys. So, all in all, Colemak is a little tricky to switch to, but it's not too hard, and it's certainly easier than the other alternative layouts, as it is semi-similar to QWERTY and doesn't mess with the shortcut keys too much, which is another advantage for your average computer user. From a software perspective, you'll be pleased to hear that switching your PC over to Colemak is very easy. Linux and Mac both have Colemak pre-installed, so on these systems one only needs to switch to that layout in the system settings. Windows unfortunately does not include Colemak out of the box, which is quite unfortunate. However, it only requires a setup file that works just like any other program, and then it's smooth sailing and everything seems to just work. In fact, you can even switch between QWERTY and Colemak as you want. So in that regard, no crazy hacks are needed. It's very simple to switch to Colemak on the software side of things. One of the major worries people have when switching to Colemak is that they won't be able to easily use other people's QWERTY computers, as they fear they will have forgotten QWERTY. This is not true. A Colemak user can usually easily use another person's computer. In fact, there are many ways to go about this. One of them is actually to use Colemak on their PC. This is possible even without admin access, thanks to a program called Portable Keyboard Layout. Copy that to a USB, connect it to the PC you want to use, run it, and Colemak will be temporarily applied until the program is quit. Nothing on the host computer is changed. Hence why this program does not even require admin rights and can be used basically anywhere for that reason. The only sort of caveat is this program is Windows only. However, most Mac and Linux systems will allow for easy switching to Colemak, but then you do kind of have to go rooting through the settings to do that. Another solution is to simply just use QWERTY on the computer. Most Colemak users don't tend to forget how to use QWERTY, or at least according to several anecdotes I've found, especially if you regularly practice with QWERTY. So most users either retain their original QWERTY speeds or still type at an acceptable speed. So all in all, there's no real issues with using another person's computer, or indeed your own, so that's not a worry when switching to Colemak. Well, that's all the frequently asked questions I can think of and answer for now. In conclusion, I think that Colemak is well worth the switch for a certain kind of person that does a lot of typing or perhaps needs it for health reasons, and it serves as a much better alternative to QWERTY and absolutely should be the new standards while having very few downsides on its own. If you have any more questions, please leave them down below, as I'd love to make a follow-up video to this. Please share Colemak around a bit, get some more attention on it. And with that said, that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.